Each cycle is known as one universal round, and that is a process every spirit being takes in order to achieve the greatest experience and the highest degree of exaltation, which is ascension. This allows for each soul to explore and experience all levels and facets of the overall spectrum of the unified energy field, with the end result of reuniting our individualized unit of consciousness with the all universal Christ consciousness. The whole purpose of the universal round is so that all the sparks, children of light, may evolve in the image of our Creator. This is done so that eventually man may ascend and go out there in new cycles of creation into the never-ending realms of cosmos and facilitate their own creations as done so by our Creator God in our current round. In other words, since our Creator is all perfect, he or she provides the same grounds of experience so that all his children may follow in the same footsteps. This explains why the cosmos operates according to divine laws, and why there is a set system, or what esotericism and mystics call a patterned blueprint, in the unfolding of everything. It is the same system of involution descend and evolution ascend that serves to create universes and worlds beyond number, all following and being fashioned by the same universal principles of the always existing and expanding Father-Mother universe. Therefore, since we are all evolving together, we all follow the same universal cosmic blueprint of descension and ascension, as we are all subject to the same universal laws and principles. Except that in the descent phase of our existence, we tend to lose our oneness with all that is, which serves a purpose, to eventually rediscover what we have lost, reconnect, and in the process inherit a perfect physical vehicle as we reunite with our spirit self, consciously by our own volition, allowing our light body to spiritualize matter. In truth, the middle heavens became the exact replica of the higher heavens, and the plan was to also bring the same blueprint into materiality or into the lower spheres. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth, which completes the final phase of this grand cosmic unfolding. Therefore, it is important to know that each time the light frequency lowers its vibration, a new layer or vehicle was needed in order to envelop our soul, which is a core being ray of the one light. This was done so that we may further explore the lower realms of vibrating energy to the point where matter was born with the precipitation of the 12th dimension. As revealed in the previous chapter, at this point of creation, all descending beings became enveloped in a material vehicle that would secure their existence in the lower vibratory planes of the lower densities. On each level of the material plane, matter vibrates at different rates. Therefore, our vehicle that allows us individual light rays to experience the different realms also vibrate to match the frequency of the surrounding electromagnetic energy fields within the spectrum of light. Our light body at this point had several layers of denser vehicles covering it up. It has always been our primary vehicle, though, the highest vibrating one, and responsible for transferring our universal life force, our individual universal life current or life current, into our soul, into the lower dimensions. The light body also carries within itself our entire life's blueprint, for it generates our etheric vehicles and our material vehicle as well, as the atoma, those making us a full conscious being. In essence, our light body is the electron force that is generated by our soul when we are fully connected with universal Christ consciousness, and the blueprint of our untapped crystalline DNA, RNA. For example, in the celestial spheres, our light body is at its full light quotient potential, meaning it assimilates the entirety of the living light of the great central source of all that is. In like manner, since the lower heavens also consist of three major planes, it is important to state that the highest region of the material planes of existence, the lower heavens, are considered the celestial spheres of the material planes. These are the spheres that occupy the 12th to the 9th densities. The etheric planes of the material spheres occupy the 9th to the 6th densities, where energy and matter become more solid. The lowest plane in our material spheres occupy the 6th density to the lowest point of vibrating energy matter, all the way to what we experience as the 3rd density, or in the 3rd dimension. It is in the 3rd density of the material realms, or spheres, where energy body condenses to the point that it becomes frozen coalesced energy, however being the same energy field vibrating at its lowest oscillation. Nonetheless, in the material levels of energy matter, a perfect balance exists all the way up to the 5th density, where we once existed as pure energy beings, projecting a perfect etheric form. In other words, in the 5th density and up, all the material spheres, in other words, in the 5th density and up of the material spheres, our light body is operating at full capacity, or our current DNA, it's in its full use. Apparently, as we descend lower than the fifth density, our light body becomes less operative as we begin to assimilate less and less of its entire light quotient, and thus we use less of our DNA material, which is, for the most part, crystalline substance. Therefore, our so-called junk DNA is spiritualized substance that exists in the subtle realms of higher realities, or higher frequencies. We may also correlate the use of our light body with the spinning of the chakras or energy vortexes, as revealed through Eastern metaphysics. For instance, in the second aspect of our material universe, lower heavens, our light body is less dominant as our etheric self becomes the most dominant aspect of our lower material self. This is the phenomenon known in the Urantia material as the Morontia worlds of spirit personalities with humanoid form. For the most part, this has been misunderstood for thousands of years, though today, in the greatest dispensation ever, which marks our planet's initiation into the seventh golden age, more people are beginning to understand this